but most importantly, good morning, boys and girls. No, man, we want it better than that. It's an exciting morning. We're not in a classroom, but we're going to learn a lot. Good morning, boys and girls. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm going to make this very short, just to say that UNICEF is extremely pleased to partner with the Ministry of Education in health and family life education. This event is a part of a bigger program that we are putting in the schools step by step in order to give children the information and the skills that they need to make good choices. Because you know that life is about choice, right? I don't hear anybody answer me. Is life about choice? Because you can do this, or you can do that, or you can do that other thing. But we are going to get the proper information and the skills needed to make the proper. Thank you very much. That is what today is all about, is informing yourself and equipping yourself to do what is best for your health. UNICEF is an organization that works to protect children's rights. Did you know you have rights? Or they did know so? I don't hear anybody answering me. Did you know you have rights? Okay, one of your rights is the right to an education. And it don't just mean maths and English. Those things are extremely important. But equally important is the education you need to make choices every day in life. Things that we call life skills, right? So it helps you to stay away from fighting and arguing, things that will harm you. Arguments and confrontation are a part of your life, but there's a way to handle it that will reduce any harm to you. It also helps you to make choices about sex, right? Don't sex in your face everywhere. Talk the truth. Everywhere you look. On TV, the commercial about toothpaste of a girl in a bikini. Them show you a pretty car, them show you a man without shirt. Am I lying or am I telling the truth? I am telling the truth. And then there's this whole argument now going on about the music and the things that are present in the music. Now, you have an excellent opportunity here today to go around to all these experts and these people who are here. But I think it's just fun thing. These people here are experts. They know what they're talking about. They're trained to talk to you. And there's a lot of questions I know that you have, and you ask your friend, and you're afraid to ask teacher, and you're afraid to ask mommy. You know, for them, these people have heard it all. Ask them anything you need to know. Okay? You also have an opportunity to let your voices be heard. I see all this thing going on in the paper and in the media about these songs that are out there now. But I don't hear anybody asking young people what they think about the music. Don't you have an opinion? Don't you want people to know what you think about the music? All right, music is important to you, isn't it? Don't you have a say in what you need to hear on the airwaves and what you need to see on TV? Today is your chance. You have a number of very important and influential artists who will be here. Make them know how you feel. Don't afraid to talk up. Let them know what the music means to you. Let them know how you see it influencing you and your friends. Okay? Let them know they do have a responsibility. All right? So I am encouraging you to please go out there, enjoy yourself, but come away with something that you can share with your friends. Not just whole heap of talk. Put it into practice. This is very important. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming out. And UNICEF wishes you all the best today.
Thank you, Novia. I'm going to ask Sharifa Monroe, from the NCB Foundation, the scholar she's a scholarship awardee from St. Andrew Parish scholarship winner. So give her a hand for me now. Give her a hand. She's a scholar, you know, she got a scholarship. So you have to start from here.
All protocol observed. Ladies, gentlemen, students, good morning. My name is Sharifa Monroe, and I'm a recipient of one of the NCB Foundation Paris Scholarship. I was asked to come here today to share with you my winning essay. This essay is called How My Life Experience Has Prepared Me to Build a Better Jamaica. It's with great pleasure that I take this opportunity not only to share my essay with you, but also to encourage you to become actively involved in shaping your own lives. My story is about choices. Life is about choices. And the choices we make as young people will shape the direction of our lives forever. Here is my essay. Sometimes life is never the way we want it. This is not just a reality, but a mystery. When I was 7 years old, my life started taking a turn for the worse, it seemed. My father was no longer present, and I moved to a new home in Bull Bay with a new person to represent as my father. As I got older, my life became more upsetting. I was abused, neglected, resented by people I love, and I started becoming ashamed. Ashamed of not who I am, but how my life was. When I was 13 years old, I had to leave my mother's house because she could no longer afford to support me. Since then, I've stayed at over 5 different homes and become a member of 5 different families. I struggled to remain focused, but I never gave up. I managed to obtain high academic achievements, and I have been awarded every year throughout high school. I've been exposed to sharing of the highest standards, as many children have shared their parents' love and attention with me. Without the financial support of generous individuals, it would not have been possible for me to reach this far in my educational pursuit. These blessings have made me realize the big difference sharing and a kind gesture can make. I know that I'm not the only young girl, young Jamaican, who has been struggling financially, who has been told that I cannot achieve because I'm from a poor family. I know I am one of the many Jamaicans who have the vision, not only for me, but also for young people. So I encourage you all to have dreams, and not afraid to follow those dreams, even when it seems attaining those dreams are impossible. The struggles of my life and the generosity I receive from others make it every desire to want to change the lives of other Jamaicans. I will be a source of motivation to young Jamaicans, especially those who are struggling financially and emotionally. I know I can help to build a better Jamaica if I seek to demonstrate and assist individuals in remembering that poverty is not an excuse for failure, but a reason for one to succeed. I encourage each young people today to be agents of change within your schools, within your communities, and more importantly, within your own lives. Be careful of the choices you make, as with every choice, there is a consequence, be it positive or negative. As young people, we are faced with many pressures. The pressure to be accepted as a part of a group or your own family. The pressure to make the right choices over the wrong choices. I challenge you. I urge you to use the information provided at this expo today to empower yourself, to arm yourself with knowledge that will help you in making choices, and most importantly, to take charge of your destiny. Thank you all, and enjoy the rest of your day.
Sharifa, that's wonderful. But I don't like the response. To my left, let me hear you give it up for Sharifa. Right. And the rest of us did what we had to do. I'm sure you'll be available for the young people to talk with you for the rest of the day. At this time, we have with us the Senior Medical Officer for the National HIV STI Program from the Ministry of Health, and a team with him, but Dr. Kevin Harvey will address us at this time.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning should I say children? Students. So, on behalf of the Ministry of Health, I'd like to thank you for this opportunity to address the group. We have had a collaborative response over the past number of years, and we are happy to work with the various partners to try and reach the students in Jamaica to try to help them to make healthy choices. We would like to welcome you here and ask that you participate in all the booths in order to maximize your time. We have a significant challenge for our young people. We see HIV ravaging our young people. We see that the majority of persons in Jamaica with AIDS are contracting HIV as teenagers. We see that the boys in Jamaica are not making it through to high school and university. And we recognize that the only way out of some of the situations that we are in, like our NCB scholar has told us, is through education. You have a unique opportunity because you are in the school system, and only you can maximize your time in that system. 20% of the persons giving birth in Jamaica are under the age of 19 years old. 20%. Teenage pregnancies. Serious problems that we have to grapple with. So I simply want to call upon each and every one of you to no linger, no Badda Dweet, sweep with sex, or make a proper flex. Use a condom if you need to have sex, but abstaining. This is the time of your life when you need to focus on education. I would like to think that I'm pretty close to your age. Right? I would like to think that I'm very close to your age. And let me take this. Yes, I am. I'm just 23. And let me take the time out to big up my high school as well, the Titchfield Massive. Let me hear all the people from Titchfield High School. And the Portland Posse. You have the Happy Grove and Portland Secondary, all of those schools as well. So I came out of Portland. I had challenges like a number of persons, but I was able, through education, to make it to where I am. Sex can be a major distraction, not just because you're going to get sexually transmitted infections and getting pregnant, but it distracts you from your studies. So even though I'm speaking on behalf of the Ministry of Health, I am simply here to implore you all, especially the boys, and let me hear it from the boys in the group. They're always outnumbered. Where are the boys in the group? Let me hear it from the boys in the group. All right, let me hear it from the girls in the group. You see what I'm talking about? The boys are always left behind. Let me hear it from the boys in the group. The boys in the group, you need to step forward. You need to talk up for yourself. You need to be heard. You cannot let the girls outshout you all the time. You need to start performing better. You need to step up to the plate a little bit more. So let me hear it from the boys in the group. Let me hear it from the girls in the group. 70% of the persons graduating from university are girls. 90% of the persons in our prisons are boys. Boys, you need to step up forward. You need to step up to the plate and become the leaders that you're supposed to be. Don't focus on sex. Focus on education. You need to take up your role as leaders. And the girls will always be standing by your side. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I didn't like how the boys respond. Boy, look, the men in the house, all the young men stand. All the young men stand. Stand, stand. We are nothing without you. Stand. Everywhere you are, just stand. Hello. We as women, as girls, we are nothing without you. So just do what? Say something. Oh, come on. Come on, guys. We're depending on you. Girls, give the guys a clap. Okay, thank you. Thank you for standing. At this time, I'm going to ask Dr. Tartello to officially declare this event open on behalf of the minister. But please remember that immediately afterwards, we'll be viewing a video, youth, sex, and HIV. You're free to move around, but we would prefer if you sit and view the video for about 10 to 15 minutes. Dr. Tartello, could you do your final task on behalf of the minister?
On behalf of the Honorable Minister of Education, I declare the National Sexuality and Reproductive Health Expo, no Linga, no Badda, Dweet, officially open.
Right. So we're going to do the proper flex now and watch a video. Thank the platform party for being here. And we will give them a hand for me for sitting on the platform. Thank you.
Talk the things them.
Talk the things them.
What else you have to do? Talk the things them.
Anyway. It's like this.
Oh, God, the things them, talk 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 the things them. What's up, no? Talk the things them. What's up, no? Talk the things them. What's up, no? Talk the things them. I hear
Genius.
Abstinence is the only, of all the ABC's protection, abstinence is the only way that you can be 100% sure that you are safe from STIs and pregnancy.
Our bodies and minds are not yet ready for having sex, and I don't think we can handle the responsibilities of having children.
Yes, it makes sense to promote abstinence. When you're having sex, even if it's safe sex, there's still a chance of getting the disease, STIs and AIDS, and there's still a risk of getting the person having sex pregnant. And abstinence, none of that would occur.
The ministry should include sexual education, sexual health, in the curriculums where needed at school, so that students may be able to learn about sex life and sexual health during a day-to-day process.
The ministry should start from primary school, because nowadays I think that small children know more about sex than I do.
Well, I personally believe that it should start from basic school. I think that brochures, the government should put in place brochures to be given out in schools, because especially about infections. Sex, yes, but especially our guidelines on how students should deal with infectious diseases. Because most of our young girls now who are sexually active are living with infections. They know that they have it, but are afraid to visit the doctor because they know that they cannot, and afraid to tell their parents, because most students cannot go to the doctor on their own without their parents.
I think the government should send out more positive newspapers, Gleaners and Children's Own to students, so when they read it, they have a positive impact on what it is trying to say.
Why most persons are this way, they have a low self-esteem. So the best thing kind of like have a self-esteem class or something like that, because that's what majority of persons need to build their self-esteem.
And I believe that the Ministry of Education should get experienced person persons who had contracted HIV or AIDS and suffered the consequences, persons who were victims of teenage pregnancy and other related things due to early sexual exposure. I believe that the Ministry of Education should send these persons into the school and speak to the students so that they will get something to traumatize them and, and change their mind about sex.
Maybe if we had youths as peers in our age group to talk to us, maybe they could carry on other students from other schools or people, just young people, to come and talk to us, and this, maybe we'll just listen to them more, knowing that they're in our age group.
I have to ask the minister, please, can you send out more videos with positive influence? Please, can you have more talk shows on TV with students, primary schools and high school, telling others to stop from what they're doing or to stay away?
The legal age of consent is too low. Okay, look at it this way. The age of consent for driving and drinking is about 18. And the age of consent for sex. Imagine something as trivial compared to bring the life of a child into the world. You're allowing people who are 16 and so immature to handle that responsibility. I think that it is careless.
I think the age is too low at 16. You shouldn't be getting yourself involved in those activities. You should wait until you're married to do that.
We're not ready to handle it at that age. We're not ready to handle this whole relationship, this whole sexual thing. It's not what we should be doing at as young as 16. I believe when you become an adult, that's when you should be given consent. And personally, I think you have reached adulthood by about 20, 21.
The age of consent, that is saying that basically you're almost responsible for yourself. So when you're almost responsible for yourself, you are supposed to reproduce within the country to multiply the working population. You need to do all of that. So why would a 16-year-old want to have a baby? I don't understand that. I disagree with that. It should be at least 21.
You're an adult when you're 18, therefore you're not legally responsible for yourself until you're 18. Yet you can have a child when you're 16. Who's going to be responsible for that child when you're technically not responsible for yourself? As yet, you're a child yourself.
When you say the age of consent, it is an excuse saying you can do what you want to do.
Right. I said 16 is the age of consent. My daddy said, where? Because consent to do what? Consent to do what? I'm still living in his house. I'm still eating his food. He's still sending me to school. And then when I go and have a baby at the age of consent, I have government. I said the government say who's in charge of the country, but who's in charge of me? It's making it hard on the parents who are trying to raise good children. It's making it hard on them. So I don't think the age of consent should be at that age.
I think that 16 is okay. The average 16-year-old is mature enough to know right from wrong, good from bad. So a 16-year-old person or a child would know that if they choose to have sex, it's their free will. And saying that 16 is too young, when they do go and have it, because you have people who just go and have sex, when they have it, the person that they have it with will suffer. And sometimes they'll be hurt along with the person to know that it was what they wanted to do, but because it's the rule, they can't do it. So I think it's okay.
Oh, I'm 16 and I'm loving it, but that should change because 16-year-old not ready for take on nothing. And the boys 18, come on. They still are going to do it. 16, what can a 16-year-old do? Can a 16-year-old mind herself? No, we have to depend on parents. Or if we don't depend on parents, the 16-year-old depend upon their man. That's it. That is wrong. It is very wrong.
Ministry of Education want to distribute condoms, they should also send a bed, because that is what they're saying. To be speaking about abstinence and then planning to distribute condoms in school, that is just messing with the minds of, the younger generation.
Well, they are already having sex, so why not give them the condom to make them more safer? Because look at the students in primary school. They are trying it because the artists, they are playing the music, daggering. Students are trying it, so why not protect them?
I think non-surgical contraceptives should be available to students, regardless of their ages, because, not that I'm saying that it will promote them to go out and have sex, but some adults definitely can't stop the children from having sex, but it's best to protect them if you can't stop them.
Condoms can be issued in schools, but to persons 16 and over, because at the age of 16, I think you get enough education about sexual issues that maybe not all persons are mature enough to take up the consequences and the responsibilities of pregnancy, but some are. So if there's a possibility that condoms must be issued, it should be to students 16 and over.
In any situation is the home. The first place children learn things are the home. If you ever hear a 1-year-old curse a bad word, you know where that child got it from. The home is a first society, and that child should be taught everything from the first place within the home. Most of our parents nowadays, all they're saying, breed and you see me and you. Breed and this, and them not tell us, say, if you're sexually active, tell me, make me get contraceptive, and show you, help you how to protect yourself.
Round about 90% or 95%, so round that of Jamaica population is single parents. We know that they, especially mothers, they have to out fending for their children. But you have to take it into consideration that you must take the time out and teach your child about sex, abstinence, and the consequences of HIV and STIs and so forth.
Then the father is supposed to play a role, because you have sometimes even male. The male no respect a mother. He more afraid of the father. So I think fathers must play a more important role.
They should have a best friend role. Why I say this is because don't be my mother only. Be my friend. Be my best friend. So I can talk with you, share things with you. Don't sit with your neighbor and tell her, Mr. Miguel pitney she bad you see. Don't tell her that. Be my friend, talk to me, teach me, so me can teach you.